Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another installment of The Outta Here. On the topic of patriotism, well, everyone has their own interpretation, and even though there are a lot of similarities, there are different ways to go on about it, or the way some people like to describe it. For me personally, well, I like to agree with Edward Snowden, what he said recently in an interview with Joe Rogan. He basically said patriotism isn't about loyalty. It's about the betterment of your fellow citizens, of your land, of your own people. It's about doing what's morally and ethically right for your fellow citizens, for your own people, your tribe. Now, this is nothing new. This has been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. One of the main factors about being patriotic has to do with, well, your own pride, where you come from and what you represent. You can ask my close friends, whether they're here in Bangladesh or back in California, and they'll tell you I'm possibly the least Bengali guy that they know who's actually 100% Bangladeshi. I mean, look at me. How obvious can I get? Look at the way I am, right? Now, the thing is, I was blessed enough to have grown up in a multicultural environment in Southern California. That's the beauty of growing up in a place like Southern California because of that type of environment. You are exposed to so many different cultures, different languages, different races, and all different types of ethnic backgrounds that it is so rich with so much culture. Sometimes you tend to blur the lines. My look at the time was so ambiguous, people actually confused me for their own race. Like, for example, Mexicans thought I was Mexican. Literally, whether they're from Central America or South America or from Mexico, some people assumed that I was, well, from where they're from, and they spoke fluent Spanish with me, and of course I didn't understand. I mean, at first, of course, I mean, you're in Southern California, you're gonna end up knowing some Spanish. I mean, you should know some fucking Spanish. And for the longest time, every time I'd go over to my friend's house, their parents would speak fluent Spanish with me, you know, assuming that I understood. And for the most part, I did. But I just thought it was, well, it was funny on one part, but the other hand, I felt at home. Even my Middle Eastern friends, you know, they thought I was from Middle East. Like, you know, like I was Egyptian, or maybe, you know, from Jordan, or maybe, you know, Iraqi, or maybe, of course, Persian, a little bit Persian, no? Don't I look a little bit Persian? No? Not, I mean, I could be mixed. I could be mixed Middle Eastern, yeah? It was so confusing for people that I actually ended up messing around with them, you know, and so sometimes I'd tell my friends that I was half black, half Italian. Now, with all jokes aside, that actually goes to the naivete, the ignorance of some people. Now, there's different types of ignorance, right? There is the white folk, innocent ignorance types, where they're just genuinely curious. They really actually want to know because they just don't know. They just want to have the knowledge of knowing that, okay, my friend is from here, and you know, that's its culture, and I'll respect that. But the more important thing is that as ignorant as they were, it was innocent, right? They just didn't know. Hey, so Mahmood, where are you from, bro? Like, you know, like, what's your background? Oh, I'm from Bangladesh. I'm Bengali. Bangladesh. Oh, okay, so cool. It's like in India, right? No. Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a different country. I mean, we're neighbors with India, but totally two different things. Yeah, cool, but I mean, it's like the same thing, right? No, but no. No buts, but no. Now, that's one kind of very sweet ignorance, but then there are those other folks, that other type of ignorance, which is blatant, disrespectful almost sometimes. I'm talking about South Asians, yes, brown folk. Oh my lord, this is where I got beef. No, for sure, dude. I mean, all of us Pakistanis, we gotta stick together. Right, Mahmood? What'd you say? I'm sorry, what? Us Pakistanis. Wait, you're Pakistani, right? Oh, no. I'm from Bangladesh. Yeah, dude, East Pakistan, it's the same shit, bro. We're the same place. Abhi parosi ki aulad. What are you talking about? Bangladesh, bro. Bangladesh. It's an independent country. I don't know if you've noticed. Totally different. And of course there are Indian folks who unfortunately did the same thing. Yes, Mahmood. So you're from India, right? I mean, you look Indian. You're close, but not really. I'm actually I'm Bengali. I'm from Bangladesh. Yeah, you guys are cute. You're just like, I mean, you're right there, right? I mean, you're basically Indian. It's part of the Indian subcontinent, right? Now, I know I'm not the only one who had to deal with that growing up in the States or any other first world country where, you know, there could be some kind of confusion and pure ignorance, and we, of course, had to be as diplomatic as possible to, you know, educate them, you know, give them that necessary knowledge to let them know what is fact and what is just, well, misinformation. Now, personally, for me, I may not be waving a, you know, Bangladeshi flag or listening to Bangla music, but I had never, ever in my entire life denied who I am, where I'm from. I have never denied my own identity. Yes, I'm a California native. I will always be a California native. That's right, ride or die. In the great state of California, the greatest state in the goddamn union. It should be an own nation, goddammit, the People's Republic of California. So even though that's my home state, it goes deeper than that, beyond having the fact that I, first, am Bangladeshi by birth. That's never gonna change. I've never denied that, nor will I ever. And unfortunately, I have met individuals who are Bangladeshi and have claimed to be Indian or something else rather. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's not about pride. It's just taking that extra bit of time, a couple more minutes to explain to people what they need to know and of who you are and where you're from. So ultimately, yes, we are part of the human race. We should treat each other with respect, love, and kindness. But who you are as an individual, that part of you, your nationality, your ethnic background, is important. So your culture, your background is a part of who you are. It's part of your identity. Don't lose that. And you have no reason or excuse to hide that. And over 3 decades, people will still come to me asking me the same questions, and I will answer them as I always have, as prideful as I can be without being obnoxious. I'll let them know I'm proud to be half black, half Italian.